we are at the Casa Palace, and you know, it's quite a basic room, but it's all right. You've got your 2 beds here, so that's all good. We have got a view of a roof. It's a bit dark out there now, so you won't see a lot, but it's actually right next to Nokia. Believe it or not, Nokia is right next to us, so I guess that must be like software developers or people working for Nokia doing something. Chloe's getting a bit frustrated. We've ordered KFC because we got here a little bit late. We couldn't really get to any restaurants or anything. So
the restaurant here is closed.
yeah, there's not. Yeah, I don't think there's a restaurant here like at the hotel. It might be. I mean, saw people down there. I saw people down there eating because a load of people came back. A load of students came back because I was waiting for my order. And they're eating something downstairs, but I get the feeling they bought like McDonald's and stuff. They brought it in. The website seems to suggest that that it closed at 4, but that seems weird to me. You wouldn't close a hotel restaurant at 4, I don't think. But it's all we need really. Got TV. We're going to try and get the internet working. I asked for the Wi-Fi, they gave me that, so just going to try and get that working soon. Emily is playing on a tablet which doesn't require internet, but we should have internet. Anyway, you've got like reading lights, you've got, you know, this is like a family room, so you've got 2 big double beds, so that's plenty of room for us, between us, that's fine. Little mini fridge. I stuck some beers in there. Chloe's getting a bit impatient, she's stuck in a pram. I stuck a beer in there and some in and that's our milk and beers. Right, so to the bathroom. Basically, again, sort of just all you need. It's tiled, so that's a good thing. So the floor looks like it's like a wet room type. Got a toilet, got a shower cubicle. Looks like there's a radiator in here as well. So you've got radiator there. That's good. And you've got a mirror, a hair dryer, which you can see in the mirror, some towels and a sink. I mean, it's definitely a basic place, but it's not, you know, they've given you shower gel and stuff here, look. So, I mean, that's not our shower gel, so they've given you that. I mean, I think you can't really say, you know, what somewhere's like until you've tried it out. And we've always found these places to be pretty good. We paid £60 for 2 nights, so we weren't expecting the world really, and it looks okay. So pretty happy, and we're within walking distance really of the centre of Timisoara. So I mean, Rachel thinks it's like 17 minutes walk. I'm not sure it's that far. You've got a mirror out here and place to put your bags and your coats and your shoes and everything in here. So that's pretty good. It's a key-based door. There's no sort of like smart cards or anything. But yeah, it's all we need. And for £30 a night, I mean, I don't think we can complain. The people downstairs were pretty friendly. You know, gave me the Wi-Fi password, checked us all in. Someone said you couldn't pay by card, but I paid by card, so whether they just had a problem with their particular card. So yeah, I had no problem paying at all. Yeah, furniture's probably just a bit basic and a little bit dated, but it all looks good. It looks really good to me. It's fine. We don't need anything specific, do we? No. You know, and the fact you get a mini fridge, you can stick your beers in there. So got some beers, got some, you know, you can order KFC, which just came within like about 10-15 minutes, really good. So there's other restaurants as well, but what you want to do is download the Glovo app, and on there, or go onto the website. If you use Google Chrome, that will translate anything that's not translated, although it's pretty straightforward what it is. But yeah, basically you can get the Glovo app, which I think is in English, and then you can like pick a restaurant and order just like you would with Just Eat or Deliveroo, whatever, Uber Eats, whatever you're used to. Some of those may even work, but I think we found in the past that Glovo was really good here. I think another one is Food Panda. I'm not sure if that's still around, but anyway, definitely Glovo is really good. So do a search for Glovo, Glovo, and that should come up. And yeah, you can get what you need, and you know, we're pretty happy, aren't we, Rach?
Yeah.
You know, so we're just going to try and get the Fire Stick up and running. I just don't know if we're a bit out of the range of the Wi-Fi, but we'll see how we get on. If not, they do have Romanian TV, which I think has the films in...
That was in English.
Yeah, it's in English, but basically has Romanian subtitles. So there's a lot of channels and stuff that you can watch, so you don't even need your own TV, really. We kind of do it just for some sort of comfort feeling. We sort of feel like we're at home when we're not at home, isn't it? I mean, it's a bit silly, really, when you're travelling. You kind of want to see other places, but, you know, you do need a little bit of... you know, that homely feeling, don't you? Anyway, so yeah, Emily, what do you think? You happy with the room? You like it?
I'm happy with the room.
Yeah, you like it here? Yeah.
Like it here.
And tomorrow we're going to have a look at the town, won't we? We're going to look at the city, see what we can find out. Well, it should be pretty, I think. Chloe, are you happy with the hotel? You look pretty happy. Yeah, you look excited. Yeah, I'm not sure they're really excited, but it's fine. It's perfect. It's all you need. Oh, are we parked out the front? I think it's their car park. I asked them if it was their car park. It seemed to be the only car park that was open and that you could get into. The Nokia one's obviously controlled because presumably it's just for Nokia workers. There is some sort of public parking next to the car park for the hotel, but we went in there. We parked on the corner in a nice, decent sized space. I went in, I sort of said, is it this parking okay? He's like, oh yeah. I didn't really understand fully what he was saying. But we've parked out there. Hopefully nothing untoward will happen. If anything does, then I will update. You know, you'll see more after this about what's happened. But hopefully we're parked okay. And the car park is connected to the hotel. It's just that there's also... what looks like a clinic or something behind, isn't there, Rach?
Yeah.
It looks like it's a clinic or a hospital, so it's definitely not a big hospital, but maybe it's something to do with them as well. So I don't know if they share it or what have you, but we'll hopefully find that it's fine to park there. He certainly didn't come running over and say, oh, don't park there or anything. And it doesn't look to be... I mean, it said that parking was available on site, didn't it?
Yeah.
Without reservation. So that generally means that they've got their own... It said free private parking, or private parking was available. So there didn't... Yeah. So there didn't really seem to be any other way that parking could not be for them, if you know what I mean. So anyway, I'm sure it'll be fine, but we will find out. Anyway, yeah, we're going to get this eaten and probably get to bed. Since we stayed here last night at the Casa Palace, beds were comfortable. Everything was fine, wasn't it? You guys slept in that bed on the right, and I slept in the bed on the left. The only thing is it's a bit warm. The air conditioning is showing 24. I've tried setting it lower. I mean, it's on like 10 at the moment, but it does. The temperature doesn't seem to be coming down, so I'm guessing it's kind of disabled. I mean, it is the end of April, so it's possible that they haven't really sort of turned things on yet. In the bathroom, the shower was fine. Rachel was worried that it would come out the door when she went in. All I did was just angle it away a bit. I mean, the door closes mostly. It didn't close fully, but it wasn't bad. The only thing I'd say is come on, Chloe, out of here. She's in the shower, Rach. Yeah, Chloe can't go in there because it's still a bit wet. Basically, yeah, the shower gel was a little bit thin. It says shower shampoo and shower gel, but it didn't really feel as good as, say, like the Ibis budget ones, which, you know, they kind of feel like they're not too, you know, like there's a little bit moisturizing in it, not like totally like soap. I mean, I don't know. It was fine. Again, everything, you know, you got to imagine you paid £30 for the night, and it was, you know, it's been perfectly fine. Toilet's been perfectly fine. The only thing is, didn't give us much of a bin, so we've got a load of stuff by the bin there, so that's a bit of a shame, but that's fine. We did have a KFC, so yeah, you're going to use quite a lot. I mean, normal hotels only give you small bins anyway. Toilet was fine. Sink was fine.
I'm fine.
You're fine. Emily's fine. Yeah, mirror was fine. Had no issues with that. There is like a light there. Don't know how you... Oh yeah, maybe it's there. I don't know. I don't know how you turn that light on. Maybe there's a switch somewhere. No, doesn't look like it. Or maybe there used to be. Don't know. Don't know if there's any way of turning that on. But no, doesn't seem to be. Rach, did you use the hairdryer?
Yeah.
The hairdryer was fine? Yeah, hairdryer was fine. I haven't got any hair, so no need for that. It is a wet room, so I mean, with the shower, there was all that happened for me was a tiny bit of spray came out. I don't think you'd see it now because I think it's already dried up. I certainly didn't. You know, in some hotels you get water all around here, you know, all around the edge of the shower here, but no, that didn't happen. The heating's on, quite warm, so that's getting the towels quite dry, so don't know if that's a good thing. It's probably heating up the room. It's reasonable temperature today. It's quite sunny outside. I think it's going to be like 18. It's a bit cold at the moment, still only about 5. Yeah, I mean, there's some cracks in the sink, but again, we paid £30 and it's, you know, everything has been fine really. You know, it's been totally, you know, adequate for what we need. Do you know what I mean? The fridge, that was one thing actually. The fridge we think it was on too cold. Oh, and the Fire TV, I put that on there, that all worked. They gave me the Wi-Fi code, that all worked. You know, we were watching TV, watched Grand Tour, it was in HD, wasn't it? No issues, so yeah, internet seems to be pretty good. Yeah, just the fridge was a bit high. I've tried to turn it down, but there's no sort of proper knob on it. So anyway, I guess it'll vary on the room what you're going to get. But yeah, we think it might have frozen the milk. But we can get some UHT milk from the shops here, so it's not the end of the world. You know, we've got some spare anyway, haven't we, Rach?
Yeah.
In the car, so that's fine. Yeah, I mean, it's been a good little room, you know. We were fine. We sat in here and had our food last night. I saw people sat down in the restaurant eating food that they brought in, so I don't think you'd have to sit up in your room. I don't know if there is a restaurant running, but I think people had brought food in and were eating it, but that's not to say there isn't a restaurant. On booking.com it seems to suggest it's open till 11:30, so it's possible there is. We haven't tried it yet, so yeah, we're just getting ready really to see what the breakfast is like and if it's still open, because it's now about what time?
8:47.
8:40, so it's nearly 9 o'clock, so we're a bit late up, so we're going to go down and see if the breakfast is still available, but of course the hour time difference changing when we cross the border has made us a bit more tired than we would have been and need a bit more sleep, so yeah, we're going to head down and see if there is breakfast. At the breakfast and it's open until 10:30, so I think it starts at 8 and finishes at 10:30, so we're not bad timed actually, about in the middle, around about 9 o'clock. We've got coffee so far. Everything's individually priced, so you've got to pick off a menu, which I did a little clip of, and so yeah, we've gone for the cheese omelette, which comes like ham and cheese and stuff in there, doesn't it? So we've got 3 of those. They're about £3.20 each. And in the local currency, 19 lei. I don't know how much the coffees are because there wasn't on the menu what the price of the coffee, so we'll find out. And but they've done it with warm milk, so it's quite nice. You know, you've got it separate. It's all properly brewed and stuff, like a barista style. And Emily has got an orange juice. Let's have a look at her orange juice. So I think it's just a bottle. It's like a red orange. So yeah, it's kind of a bottle one, but it looks good. Yeah, I think we've had ones like it before in other Romanian hotels. It's been good. Yeah, all good. Nobody I think here speaks English that well. So, but it's fine. You point on a menu. It's written in English on the actual on the menu. So you just kind of point at it and say, yeah, we want that. So it's all good. It's quite a nice little airy, light room as well, isn't it? It's quite big down here. How's the coffee, Rach? Is it good?
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah. Emily, you liking the orange?
I like the orange.
It's good, yeah. You're not just repeating again, are you? You like it?
Okay.
She likes it. Right, good. Chloe is tearing a bag apart. Or I think something that contained the... yeah, so she's tearing one of these apart. But yeah, so it's good. So you can get breakfast in the morning here, so that's good. I did ask about the restaurant in the evening, and she said there is no restaurant in the evening. So, so yeah, there's no restaurant here. So I think I saw people bringing food from places like McDonald's and stuff, and eating it here. I saw, you know, young kids kind of doing that, and so I don't think it's a problem to eat your own food here. Also, we had our KFC up in the room. You can use the GoPro app. It's really easy to order food. There's also a Mega Image, which is like a little mini sort of supermarket shop, which is just round the corner, not very far away, like 100, 200 meters away. So it's yeah, there's stuff around, so you can definitely get supplies. But of course, we only paid £30, so we're not expecting. At £30 per night, so £60 for 2 nights. We're not expecting the world, so anyway, I am just awaiting my omelette. It is the morning of our last day at the Casa Palace Hotel. So this is the day that we're checking out. We're heading off. We stayed for 2 nights. Right, yeah. So I just want to update a few things because basically we were kind of quite positive about the place yesterday, and I'm still mildly positive. But the issue is, while we were out yesterday, we kind of imagined, because it's a 3-star hotel, that there would be a housekeeping service, but there isn't. Nobody has done the rooms. We ran out of toilet roll. This was their toilet roll, so that was their toilet roll. They only gave us 1 toilet roll for a family of 4. We luckily brought a toilet roll from an Ibis that we stayed at in France that we thought we'd need for apartments that we were staying in, but it turned out those apartments had, you know, ample toilet roll, so I kept that in my bag, but here didn't. And of course, you know, there's no restaurant here in the evening, so you're kind of having to bring food in. You know, we've got nappies, all sorts of stuff that need sort of, you know, they need refuse collection really. So yeah, it has built up, and all right, at the end of the day, it's only £30 a night. So I don't know. I mean, I think 3 stars, you're expecting housekeeping. Another issue is the towels. Obviously, they didn't change the towels because they didn't come in the room at all to change anything. So, but I didn't really realise this until Rachel sort of, you know, made me realise that we only have 2 big towels. So this is the 2 big towels which you've used for 2 days. Again, it's fine for a couple, but for kids, we've made it work, obviously. But yeah, I mean, could it have been that bad to give us 2 extra towels or so? You know, 2 large towels. There's a couple of hand towels that we've obviously made use of. We're using one of the towels as like a bath mat, you know, like a sort of mat outside the shower, which we need because, you know, the water does get out a little bit. And yesterday it didn't really get out. I got some out in the corner here today. It's not too bad. I mean, again, I'm not worried about things like that. I'm not, things not being perfect, I don't matter. I mean, I'm not even bothered about the, sort of the pipework being outside the wall. Things like that, I don't care. If that brings the price down for us, and, we're quite budget conscious, we tend to stay in cheaper places if we can, because we're not really worried. As long as it provides the basic service that you need, that's fine. We're not bothered about, it being posh or any of that, because that's just wasted money, we think, that we could be putting towards trips rather than, hotels, if you like. So, so housekeeping was a big issue. They just don't seem to do any housekeeping whatsoever. I checked in the cupboard and there was no additional towels in there. You've got you've got a couple of hangers. So if you're staying for like longer and you're maybe doing business stuff, you might need a bit more hangers than that. But you probably bring them with you. It's fine. There is an additional cover for the beds. That's fine. I did check the other drawers and stuff. There wasn't anything in those. So there's nothing in here. There's nothing in there, so that's fine. I mean, we're not expecting anything. Obviously the fridge wasn't perfect. It was turned up too cold, but that could have been a previous guest. There's no sort of knob on the thing, so you don't really know what number it's at. Anyway, I turned it down. Seems to have been fine. It's a mini fridge, but there wasn't anything in it originally, so you had to put your own stuff in there. So that's fine. Yeah, not interested in that sort of stuff. Drawer down here, I don't think there was anything in the drawer. No, there's nothing in the drawer. So there's no additional towels in there. It's fine. Air conditioning doesn't seem to be working. It's 25 in here at the moment. I just opened the window just to try and get it a bit colder, because it does make you feel a bit too hot, I'd say. TV last night was a bit night and day from the day before. We ended up with, we tried to watch some TV that we have, like streaming from our house. And the day before, perfectly fine. We watched the Grand Tour, which was on Amazon Prime, and that all just worked in HD. Was really happy with it. Last night, the Wi-Fi seemed to go really slow. I mean, it never seemed to have a perfect signal, before. I couldn't get it very well on my phone, and Rachel hasn't ever been able to connect. But it worked for the TV. Anyway, last night it seemed to go down to like 1 megasecond or less. And we were watching Faulty Towers, and that just that's in SD. So it shouldn't really be particularly sort of strenuous of the connection, and it was all blocked up and everything. How you get when you don't have enough bandwidth to be able to watch it cleanly. It kind of does like a conversion and downscales it all and makes the quality worse. So it wasn't good. So overall, would we stay here again? Would we recommend the place? I'm not saying I would recommend it. I mean, if you're prepared to put up with the issues, like as in there's no housekeeping. Maybe if we'd asked, they would have done it. I don't know. But we just kind of made an assumption, went out, and they didn't do it. So I'm guessing if you were staying here more than 2 days, you probably would have to go downstairs and they say, oh yeah, okay, we'll do that. It's kind of like they're just taking a mick a little bit, and they don't really want to do stuff. They're kind of like, we'll do the minimum we can get away with. And then, as long as you don't make a fuss, we're not really, exactly. Anyway, we for us, for the 2 nights, we just wanted to see Timisoara. This was the cheapest place that was within walking distance, so that's probably why they're getting away with what they're doing. We were quite happy with that, really. I mean, in a way. I mean, would we stay here again? Probably, because we're willing to, Emily, we're willing to put up with issues to save the money, I suppose. At the end of the day, would we stay here if we were just stopping the night? You know, we weren't going into Timisoara, probably not, because there's probably better options, probably on the outskirts of the city, that probably better, you know, facilities. But if you are desperate to go in and see Timisoara, which we were, well, not desperate, but we wanted to, it isn't a bad option. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, we didn't ask for another toilet roll. Again, it's not something you would ask for, is it? It's not something that you would, you know, it's not normal for people to go and ask for toilet roll. I mean, the shower gel wasn't perfect, but, you know, that was kind of quite thin. And you know, I don't know. It looked nice, didn't it? When it was, it looked like the kind of nice green colour that you get, not like a sort of, you know, old style soap green. But it didn't seem to do as well as the Ibis budget ones. And anyway, again, that's not a problem for me, because I happily bring our own soap or our own. We always carry stuff with us. It's just we'll use what's there if we can. But yeah, would we? I think we would stay again, but we'd definitely bring a spare toilet roll too. We made the towels work. Again, it's for us, the cost just worked. And I'm guessing that's why they probably get a lot of bookings, or probably do quite well, because they think to themselves, well, people can't get cheaper than this. So they just put up with it, and that's probably true. So it's not a stellar experience. It's not the best experience. I mean, we've had better experiences in Romania. I mean, they do tend to be a bit stingy with toilet roll here. I think every hotel we've been to tries to give you like one and thinks that's going to be enough, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's never really, we've kind of experienced that a few times. But yeah, at the end of the day, you know, we've tried to show you exactly what we've experienced, and, you know, the fact that you didn't change the beds or the towels, you know, if that's something that bothers you, then you're probably best to stay somewhere else. But if you can live with the fact that they don't do housekeeping, then, they don't seem to do housekeeping. They didn't do it for us. So I don't know if there's a mad reason, like we have to leave the door open, or, you know, I mean, obviously you don't really want to leave your stuff. You know, we obviously locked the door when we went out. We assumed they would have their own key. That's separate to ours. So, you know, you don't go out of a hotel and leave your door open, do you? And say, oh yeah, can you please clean the room? I don't know. I mean, we were a bit suspicious when we didn't see a do not disturb sign and please clean sign, weren't we? So anyway, it's more like staying in an apartment, I guess. You know, it's not really a proper hotel, I would say. You've got people downstairs and there is some facilities, but just be aware that you're going to probably have to get your own tea. There is breakfast, but the breakfast just has options for omelette, really. Omelette and eggs Benedict, I think.
Whether they would have done the eggs Benedict.
Yeah, and we were a bit like surprised, because when we checked what she charged us, we seemed to be charged like 22 lei for orange juice. Because I was watching her, she was sort of like putting it into the machine, and there were like, she couldn't find the orange juice on there. So she put down a Monster and I can't remember what the other,
Fanta.
And a Fanta, I think. And I don't know if she was just trying to make up the milliliter. Oh, I don't think it would have been, because the Monster was like 0.5, I think. We didn't have that. I mean, we didn't have Monster or Fanta. So there's an argument that they kind of ripped us off on the breakfast as well. You know, maybe the orange juice is that price. Maybe 22 lei is the price for orange juice. If that's the case, then it costs more than the the omelette itself, which was 19. She was really friendly to us though. She was really friendly to Chloe. I think she genuinely just picked what she thought was the price and charged us what she thought was the price. So I don't want to believe that they were trying to rip us off or anything. And it was fine, you know. Again, the total cost wasn't like ridiculous. I think we paid around £15 something for the breakfast. Obviously, that's half the price of the night's stay, but still, that can happen a lot in hotels nowadays anyway. So, yeah, would we stay here again? I think so, because it just was very convenient to where we wanted to go, and they had a decent car park outside, and, you know, so, you know, and that tends to be a pain in Romania as well as parking, especially in these places, doesn't it? So, I mean, I don't want to be totally down on the place. There's just a couple of things have annoyed us, like not having enough toilet roll, not having, you know, any housekeeping at all. You know, no changing the beds or towels or the, what do you call it? Yeah, that's it. And no toilet roll. Anyway, yeah, it is what it is. Anyway, we are going to be continuing our journey to Bulgaria now. So we're just going to quit. Oh, we're not having breakfast here today because the breakfast starts at 8. So we need to leave at 8. So 8's quite late for breakfast to start, I think. But anyway, that's fine. We're going to quickly, we bought some stuff from the shop next door. We're going to quickly eat that and then we're going to get on our way.